In 1974, teenager Lakpa lived in a Nepalese village high in the Himalayan mountains. Each day, she climbed the pathway up to the mountain to graze a herd of yaks. Lakpa saw few people on the steep mountain paths. Only Buddhist monks who chose to build their monasteries far away from the town and the cities lived this high up. Lakpa had heard tales of the Yeti, an ape-like beast that lived in the Himalayas. But the mountains stretched for thousands of miles. She never expected to see one herself. One day, as Lakpa was grazing the herd, she noticed that the yak seemed restless. She thought that a bear or a snow leopard might be nearby. Lakpa led the yaks to a clear, snow-fed stream. She had a drink of water from the stream and then watched as the yaks fed on the tough mountain grass. Suddenly, Lakpa heard a strange, deep grunt. She whirled around as a huge, two-legged creature came rushing towards her. It was a Yeti. Terrified, she broke into a run. But it was too late. The Yeti grabbed Lakpa in its long, hairy arms. She screamed and kicked, but the Yeti was too strong. Then, without warning, the beast dropped her into the icy stream and turned to her yaks. With powerful blows, it quickly killed 3 of the enormous beasts. Lakpa crawled out of the stream and ran home as fast as she could. When the police investigated the scene, they found the Yeti's large footprints, but not the Yeti. Lakpa's story is similar to many other tales of the Yeti reported by people living in the Himalayas. Mountaineers, drawn by the challenge of exploring the world's highest mountain range, have also told chilling tales of this ape-like beast. The name Yeti comes from the Sherpa words Yeti, which means that thing. The abominable snowman is another name for the Yeti. In 1951, mountaineer Eric Shipton and his party were exploring an unknown part of the Himalayas when they came across a line of strange footprints in the snow. The footprints looked similar to human footprints, but they were twice as wide. They had sunk much deeper into the snow than the climbers' boot prints, so they must have been made by an incredibly heavy creature. Most amazing of all, the clear toe prints showed that the creature was walking barefoot in the freezing snow. In 1970, another mountaineer had an even closer encounter with a Yeti. Don Willens was climbing in the Himalayas when a Sherpa guide called out, "Yeti coming!" Don looked up but only caught a quick look at the black, ape-like figure before it disappeared behind a ridge. The next day, Don found the creature's footprints in the snow. They were about the same size as his boot prints. The Sherpa guide told him that the footprints were that of a baby Yeti. Later that night, Don saw the creature again. He was looking out of his tent into the bright moonlight when it came lopping along. It headed for a clump of trees and began pulling the branches. Don grabbed his binoculars, but the creature suddenly noticed him and ran across the mountain and out of sight. The number of Yeti sightings caught the interest of some scientists. They studied photos and plaster casts of Yeti footprints and then compared them with other animal footprints. They decided that the Yeti prints could not have been made by a bear, an antelope, or any other known animal. Apart from footprints, little evidence about the Yeti has been found. Yeti footprints are still being found. In 1992, Julian Freeman Atwood found footprints on a glacier that no one had climbed for 30 years. Will the mystery of the Yeti be solved? What sort of a creature is it? Where does it sleep? How does it find enough food to survive on the snow-covered mountains? Are some mountaineers going to meet a Yeti on one of their climbs? Maybe one day we will discover the answers.